Hello learners, welcome back to my channel Shraddha's Physics. Today we will discuss about Cauchy's residue theorem. Let us consider C be the simple closed contour. Suppose this is the closed contour C. Okay. So let us consider the f of z. This f of z, it may be a function which have one value and it is analytic within and this contour C, except for a finite number of isolated singular points. Suppose these are the isolated singular point like z1, z2, z3 and so on zn. Okay. So, these are the singular points. Except these points, for every other point the function is defined, or we can say that the function is analytic within and on the contour C. I can define this z1, z2 point. Suppose this is z1 point, this is suppose z2 point, this is again suppose z3 point, and randomly I can take any other point, that is z4, z5 and so on up to suppose zn point are present inside this contour C. That is, we are defining that f of z, it is not analytic at all these points z1, z2, z3 so on up to zn. These points are isolated singular point. So, we can say that the function is not analytic at this point. Now, we will draw some non-intersecting small circles. I will draw making as the z1 as the center, z2 as the center, z3 as the center and so on. Okay. So, you can see that this is my center z1. So, I am making a circle around this z1 and this is for z2, this is for z3 and so on for suppose zn, where the zn is the center point. Okay. And here we are considering that the radius of this z1 circle or z1 origin, this radius, suppose I am considering that this is suppose r1, for this suppose this is r2, for this z3 this is suppose the radius is r3 and for this suppose this radius is rn. Okay. Since these circles it lies within this contour C, this is called the multiply connected region. So, I can connect this region to the contour C, so that this multiply connected region can be converted to the simply connected region. So, for that I have to draw some cross cuts. If you can remember, I have to draw some cross cut to convert this multiply connected region to the simply connected region. If I will give the direction of this contour, suppose this is the direction of the contour C, then it will pass through here and then by covering this it will again go through here, and I am just putting the direction here. You can see I am quickly drawing this. So, again passing through this, it will go through the zn and after that it will complete the, I have now completed the total closed path. Okay. Suppose the function that we have considered, this f of z, you can see here, now this f of z, we can say that this will be analytic everywhere inside and on this curve. Okay. So, by using the Cauchy's integral theorem, if you can remember, let me tell you again, this is suppose C1 contour, this is C2, this is C3 and this is suppose Cn contour. While crossing through this C1 contour, you can see here, while crossing through this contour, first of all we will enter through this C1 contour, then I will cover this, then again I can go through this path, again through this Cn, and again by covering this I will enter through this point, again this C3 and again this path, and along this line passing through this cross cut I will complete the total contour C. Clear? Now, you can see that from the Cauchy's integral theorem we have already discussed that for these two parallel lines, since they are in the opposite direction, so if I will take the integration of f of z dz, so they will to get cancelled. Similarly, for this these are two parallel lines having the same magnitude, again they cancel each other, and these are true for all these cross cuts. Clear? So, I can write here for the total closed contour, I can write this f of z dz for the closed contour C, this will be equal to, since this is in the opposite direction, this is C1 direction and this C3 direction, You can see this is in the opposite direction, C2 is in the opposite direction, C1 is in the opposite direction. So, I can write this will be C1 f of z. Here I can put the negative sign, negative of C1 f of z dz minus C2 f of z dz, and so on. This will be like so on up to the Cn f of z dz. Clear? That will be equal to 0. Now, for this C1, C2, Cn and so on, here I am writing, this can be written as for C1, C2, Cn and so on. Here I am writing the total equation. Suppose integration over C f of z dz minus, this is the suppose sum over, this varies from j equal to suppose 1 to small n. This will be f of z dz. This will be integration over the contour. Suppose I am writing for Cj, this will be f of z dz. That will be equal to 0. Clear? Here I am writing this expression summation for this C1, C2 and up to Cn. Clear? C1, C2, C3 and so on. If I will take this term to the right hand side, then this will becomes f of z dz will be equal to sum over this much f of z dz. Clear? We know from the Cauchy's integral formula that the integration over f of z dz, the integration over f of z dz for the closed contour C, any closed contour. Suppose see, here I am writing suppose for R1, R2, R3, suppose here I am writing for suppose R1, or this may be your C1, here I am writing suppose for C1, then this will be equal to 2 pi I times, this will be, this is the into the residue of, here I am writing residue of f of z at z equal to, here I am writing z equal to for C1 point. So, this is for suppose z1 point, here I am writing. So, in the Cauchy's integral formula, what we have written that the integration over f of z dz over the C1 integration will be equal to 2 pi I into f of z naught. So, that f of z naught, that function here is, here I am writing that for residue f of z at that point, that is z1. Similarly, for the Cj, for this total term, what can I write? So, this will be equal to, in this place we can write, this will be 2 pi I into the residue of, here we can write 2 pi I into the residue of, this will be the residue of the function f of z, comma, at z point is suppose zj. Okay. So, this will be the integration over f of z dz over the closed contour C. So, the value will be this much. Clear? 2 pi I residue of f of z at zj. So, this is the value of the integration. This is your closed contour C. Or we can simply write it as, this will be equal to 2 pi I times, this will be Rj. Suppose this is the residue for every possible point, that is suppose Rj. This is the integration over f of z dz. The value of this much will be equal to 2 pi I Rj, or this Rj is nothing but the residue of the total term. Here I am writing this as 2 pi I into the residue for first, second, third and so on up to the Rnth term. Okay. This is the Rnth residue. This is called the Cauchy's residue theorem. So, let me take one example. Suppose you have to integrate, suppose one question is given for you. This is suppose over the closed contour C, you have to integrate 3z square plus 2 divided by z minus 1 into z plus 3. This is z minus 1 into z plus 3. This is for the closed contour C. Here the C is the circle, here C is the circle, and the value of mod z, that is equal to 4. This is our given condition. So, here you can see that from this you can write z minus 1 equal to 0 and z plus 3 equal to 0. These are the two basic conditions. So, from this one is z equal to 1 and here z will be equal to minus 3. So, these are two singular points where you can say that these are the poles of order 1. So, now you know the integration over f of z dz over the contour C, this is equal to 2 pi I into the residue. This is the residue of jth term you have to write, that is R1 plus R2 plus so on. Here you can see that there are two residues are available here. So, we can write here as this will be 2 pi I into R1 plus R2. So, now you have to calculate the value of R1 and R2, clear. Now, let us first calculate this for z equal to 1. So, for z equal to 1, I have to calculate the residue R1, clear. So, this residue R1 will be equal to, if you can remember how to calculate the residue, this will be limit z tends to 1, this will be z minus 1, since this is the pole of order 1, simply this will be z minus 1 into this total term, this is I am writing dz. So, this total term I have to write here, this is as f of z, this total term 3z square plus 2 divided by z minus 1 into z plus 3, this is your f of z. So, this will be equal to limit z tends to 1. If I write this two term, you can see here z minus 1 will get cancelled. So, the remaining term I am writing here 3z square plus 2 divided by z plus 3 will remain, which will be equal to, if I will put the value 1 here. So, this will be 3 plus 2, that will be 5 divided by 3 plus 1 4. So, the first residue comes, that is 5 by 4. Now, let us calculate for z equal to minus 3. Now, for z equal to minus 3, I can write, this is the residue, second residue here I am writing. So, I can write this as limit z tends to minus 3 into z of minus 3, that will be z of plus 3 into, we have to write the value of f of z. Here we know the value of f of z is limit, I am writing z tends to minus 3 into the first term is z plus 3. The value of f of z is, you can see here the value of f of z is 3z square plus 2 divided by this term z minus 1 into z plus 3. So, this will be z minus 1 into z plus 3. So, here this z plus 3 get cancelled, the remaining term will be limit z tends to minus 3 into 3z square plus 2 divided by z minus 1. So, if I will put the value z equal to minus 3, then this will be 3 square is 9, 9 3 is 27 plus 2, that will be 29 divided by minus 3 minus 1, that will be minus 4. So, this will be minus 29 by 4. Now, if I will combine these two, this is for R1 and this is for R2. If I will combine these two, I can write the value of this integration will be 2 pi I into 5 by 4 for the first residue minus 29 by 4, this is the second residue, clear. If I will solve this to 5 by 4 minus 29 by 4, so this will be 24 by 4. So, this will be 2 pi I into minus 24 divided by 4. So, this will be 6 minus 6. So, minus 6 into 2, this will be minus 12 pi I. So, you have to solve in this way, clear. This is simply the pole of order 1. If it is the pole of order m, you know the formula what you have to use, then this is simply, as you calculate the residue, simply you have to calculate the residue, and you know f of z dz will be equal to 2 pi I times the residue, the sum over the residues. Okay. So, this is all for today.